Welcome to Roadrunner Predictions. We have some Thursday football action. To your surprise, there's actually two 7-0 Division One teams playing, even though most of the focus will be on the West Virginia and Baylor game. So that's where we're going to put our focus on. Georgia Southern's playing Appalachian State, and Appalachian State's currently 7-0. All right, let's go ahead and get into the Big 12 here. We have number 90 West Virginia, who's 3-4, and they're going to face at Baylor in Waco, Texas, number 12 Baylor, who is 7-0. Points per game, 22.7 for West Virginia to 38.9 for Baylor. Points allowed for the programs, West Virginia is allowing 33.4, and Baylor is allowing 19.1. They actually have one of the better defenses in the Big 12. And they're actually the only undefeated team in the Big 12. The spread and my pick for this game, Baylor's favored 18.5, and the over/under's at 56. And the spread opened up at 17.5, and it moved to 18.5. So we're actually going to take the 18.5. The points, West Virginia, and I'm going to break down why. The program's history between each other, West Virginia is leading the matchup with 5 wins to Baylor's 2. West Virginia is currently on a 3-game win streak. They have 15 conference championships, and West Virginia has 8, and Baylor has 1 Heisman, and West Virginia never has won the Heisman. Neither programs have a national championship. We got for weather, nothing too crazy, but wind. We have some more wind. They said 10 to 20, and I saw one site saying sunny with 14 miles per hour wind. But they both run and pass pretty equal. So I don't know if it's going to be a big enough difference. I'm really just making the play on. They're both on bye weeks, so I'm taking points on Thursday night football. That's basically where I'm drawing my line. And West Virginia plays Baylor well. So they faced this quarterback, and they had 3 takeaways from him. Just one guy had 3 takeaways on him, and he's actually returning from the injury list to Baylor. He's going to be the Hawk. So if West Virginia can keep the turnover battle, which they've been turning over a lot, if they can keep it to even or win it, they'll cover. I think Baylor wins the game by 7 points or 7.5, and the spread's 18.5. And trust me, I have a betting theory, and it's the last thing I mention here in the video, and it works most of the time. If you were to just take it down the line, I think you'd do pretty good, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just taking my theory and writing with it. West Virginia's played 6 teams above 500, even though they've kind of shit the bed in most of the games. They played some just tough teams. They're even their non-Division One team is leading the group. I think they only have 1 loss, like 6-1. The 1 loss is to West Virginia. Baylor has played 3 teams above 500. And, strength of schedule, 61 for West Virginia to 52 for Baylor. Even though West Virginia has played tougher opponents than Baylor, Baylor actually hangs with them better. So that's how the strength of schedule is also plugged in, amongst other variables. Yards of play for West Virginia, 4.7 to 7.2 for Baylor. Rush the ball for West Virginia is 46% of the time, and Baylor rushes 53%. West Virginia passes 54%, and Baylor passes the ball 47%. Completion percentage, West Virginia 65, Baylor 65. Third down conversion, 84 for West Virginia and 79 for Baylor. Both 2 extremely high on third down conversions, and trust me, West Virginia is going to go for it on 4s. I promise you that. They'll be on their own 40 because they know they're like, man, we got to do it. I'm talking about when they fall behind. I don't know if West Virginia can hang for the duration of 4 quarters, but we'll find out. I saw dug into some Thursday night football stats, and it's bad on the dogs, especially on the road. It's like a drastic under. So if you're like that kind of guy, you would just take Baylor and run the ball. I mean, run with it. But I'm not. I'm going to the formulas I use, and that's what I do. So on the road rating, 95 for West Virginia on the road, and Baylor's 35 at home. No crazy injuries. I mean, they both have injuries, but nothing that I saw. It's too outlandish. That would deter you from picking one or the other. Baylor news source pretty much thinks it's going to be a blowout, and they're pretty convinced that it's a revenge year. They lost like really bad, like 58-14 or something crazy last year to this West Virginia team. Baylor was just struggling, but they completely done a 180 with the program this year. And what West Virginia knows they need to win over the turnover battle. That's pretty much what I gathered from the news sources on there. I also watched the coaches preparing and their press conferences for the game, and Baylor knows they're like, okay, we're the only undefeated team in the Big 12. This is our chance to actually ride. They found out that Kansas knocked off Oklahoma, and then Iowa State also lost, and Texas lost, and they're like, oh my God, we're like the bee's knees now. All we gotta do is stay afloat, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna win this game. But they know, hey, West Virginia's got us the last 3 games. Maybe we could step up, and I don't know. We'll see. The reason why I've done this pick is guilty by association. West Virginia lost to Iowa State 38-14. Baylor defeated Iowa State 23-21, and for some reason, whenever that happens, it like cross patterns to this opposite spectrum, and that's the theory I go with. Guilty by association is what I named it. I'm pretty sure it has a real name somewhere out there, but I haven't found anything on it. And a lot of handicappers and professional gamblers also use that theory. So that's where we're going. We're getting on the West Virginia plus 18.5. Thanks for watching. If you disagree with me, give me a thumbs down. If you like the play, give me the like button. Adios, muchachos.